Hello everybody and welcome back to Project Infinity. How are we all doing? Are we okay? Please drop in the comments how you're doing right this second. I am sweating. It is warm. I've just done some work outside. It is so warm. But as you can see behind me, I have changed the base a little bit. Let me give you a quick tour on that. So at the bottom we changed the brick to blackstone. I also put a flooring on the inside just so I could. Like it would just help me better. I didn't change these because I kind of liked the light trim on the outside. I added a bit of andesite to this for texturing, and then obviously we got these as well. And as you can kind of see, the crystal kind of almost glows. Like up here, there's no lights, but there's no torches anywhere. And that's because I have a feral lantern inside the glowstone, and that just that creates invisible torches. So we used to have the mega torch in there, but I moved that under here. But now, yeah, we have a feral lantern, so it kind of lights everything up around it. It also does down here as well, which I kind of like. But yeah, we have that now, so that's pretty cool. Again, I have recorded that. I also did all of this whilst on Discord live with a viewer who I actually really enjoyed the company of. He's also learning this pack, so shout out to 61. He's also got a Twitch, so if you go check out my Discord, go check out his Twitch. He also streams this pack. But it's quite an interesting perspective because he's brand new to the game. So yeah. Today, I got a little sign to remind myself. We're doing a botania mechanics, and we're going to automate botania mechanics as well. So off the bat, the first things that we are going to need to do is do at botania. We're going to make a lot of floral fertilizer. And yeah, we're going to put these away. And I just want to get a lot of this stuff. So I don't want to use black dye, so we're going to substitute enable. And can I just make like 200? No. I need to do this pattern as well. So then I should be able to just do, well, I'll just do 100. We don't need 200. And hopefully that should all be fine. And then yeah, so we'll get Botania done. We're also going to get maybe the second tier botany pots done. Means we're going to have to fight a wither again for some more supremium. Because that's the way I'm going to be doing that. But yeah, that's not 100. There we go. And I'm going to go to the mining dimension to do this. And we can literally just spam this, fill all the slots, and then go here, spam it again, spam it again. Just keep doing this. And then we will harvest them all. I just want a nice big backlog of all of these. The more we have, the better. There we go. And they will all go into here. So while I was away as well, I made a separate channel just for the ME system and jetpacks and stuff, because I'll show you in a second, but this is for the power system. If I come over here and I show you, these hold 2 billion power, and that's how fast it goes up as well. So I have been a little bit AFK, hoping it would get a bit closer, but while it's doing that, it's draining everything else. So we made a second ME system, just on the purple for this, all this stuff, and then all this stuff can stay over here because it's got a big enough backlog now that it's fine. So yeah, we've got our flowers. Next up is a petal apothecary. Okie doke, nice and easy. Do we take these out of here actually? Yeah. I'm gonna take these out of here. We'll probably automate them all as well. We can put them all into their own hopper pots. Ooh, resource foundry. Okay. Very nice. So we can duplicate them that way as well. We can get the flower essence. That's gonna, and that's tier 2. So yeah, we can do that instead. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so the petal apothecary, we're gonna grab a random one, just like so, and we're gonna make this. Now this is very good, and we can just use a bucket. Right. So let's grab a bucket. Like so. Another thing that I wanted to do as well, this is just a quality of life. I want one of these. Okay. And we're going to put it next to a chest. And we'll do a diamond chest. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place that there and that there. And then we want the configurator to push. What I want to do, right, is we need some paper. So if we got paper learn, we do. Grab 200 paper. And then I want the anvil. And then I'm going to place the anvil here. Then if we get a piece of paper, and then if I search up, so what's the first thing we want to make? We are going to make the pure daisy first, right? This thing. So I'm going to type this. I'm going to do pure daisy, like so. And then we're going to right click this, and then this, and then that. We're going to get rid of the water, and then I'm going to swap that for that, and then we're going to do that, and that's going to go in there. And then I should be able to request pure daisy as long as I've got all the parts. And then I should be able to request pure daisy. Oh, okay, I just did that in the wrong one. White flower, there we go. Now I should be able to request pure daisy. And it will go in here. So it gives me all the resources. The only issue is we will have to cancel this off. But it gives me everything I need to make it, which is really nice. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then we can chuck a seed in. So this basically makes the flowers of this mod. So these are the normal flowers. These are magical flowers, right? It's a functional flower, if you want to say. And these are really good because these are used for everything pretty much. This is the base of the system, and this is the first flower we want to make, and that's how we finalize it. We just throw a seed in there, and then this flower is actually pretty cool because what I can do is I can do this, and as long as if I put wood or stone, 3x3 around it, then it will transfer it to magical versions of it themselves. So what I want to do right now, and I could automate this, but we can automate it better later on, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get 32 of you, then I want to get 32 of you, right? And I'm just going to place them like this, and then these will convert over time, and maybe get 2 more pure daisies. No, these will be fine. So I'll get to this when these are done, and I'll show you what it happens. So that is how we do it. And then we can just mine this, and we get the wood back. And I'm going to do this for the stone and for the wood. And then we will be right back. And it doesn't matter if they are sideways either. It will just place these sideways. It doesn't actually matter. Yeah, we'll be right back. Okay, that is all done. I did use a time wand on these. I might have lost a little bit of time from this, but it doesn't really matter. We'll be on this world enough anyway. So next up, and we get some extra. There we go. Next up, we want to make a wand of the forest. It's very easy. It is literally just 3 of these living wood twigs, which I don't know why you need 2 logs per twig. But it's a twig. And then we just need, and the cool thing about this, right, is we can actually customize this in any way we want. I just like to have the basic white one. I think it looks nice. I think it looks classy. And it's not overcomplicated. Either that or the green one. But you can, if you've got another color, you can just change the leaves of whatever you want it to be. But yeah, I like the basic white one. I think it just looks nice. And there we go. And then the next thing we want is the mana spreader. This mana spreader and the mana storage, so the mana pool. The mana pool is very easy. It is literally just that. And then the mana spreader is just a petal and the wood and a piece of copper. And that is that. The next thing we want to do is I want to get the first production flower. These are the generating flowers. So you had a functional flower here, and this is the generating flower. So this is the base one, the first one that everybody kind of gets. It's 2 brown petals, a light grey petal, and a red petal, followed by a seed and a water. So if I do paper, and then we do in here, and we name it Endo Flame. Endo Flame. There we go. I can chuck this into here, and we can do this craft, get rid of the water, swap out this, and then boom, that is our Endo Flame done. We can process that into there. Very cool, very nice. And then we need to get the flowers. So that's the tall, we just want the short one. And the same for the light grey. And then the same for the red. If it would give me the right one. Okay, not the mushroom, we want the red flower. There we go. And now I should hopefully be able to make the Endo Flame, and I'm gonna make 8 of these. There we go, that's all done. And yeah, so we're gonna grab these. Very nice, let's cancel that. And then what we can do is we can grab water. We can do let's get rid of that out of my inventory. So we can do 1, 2, 1, 2 seed. And then as long as we top it up with water, we can click it with an empty hand and it will fill the last slot, and we just have to throw the seed. That, and then I need to put the seed in. Then we do boom, 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 boom. There we go. So that is 8 Endo Flames. Very nice. A mana spreader and a mana pool. Perfect. So we're going to automate mana off the rip and do it straight away. And I am going to... Oh, we already have got a Black Lotus, actually. Oh, we get 9. Okay. Right. We have a spare. I don't want a spare at the moment, but we have one. Because I think these have a maximum of 8 generating flowers they can hold. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to place this. Facing this way. And what we're going to do, it's on bind mode. We're going to shift right click and shift click again to locate it. So if we want it to go here, it'll go there, boom, boom, or boom, boom. See what I mean? And then next, we're literally just going to place these like so. And then what I want to do next is kind of tricky, but the way I want to do it is I'm going to do it through AE2, right? AE2. Okay, so chat, everybody listen up, it's lesson time. So to make a fully automated Endo Flame farm, we just need a pressure plate, a hopper, an open crate, and some redstone. And then we also need a waste block. There we go. Okay, I'm going to place it right in the middle of mine. And we're going to place the open crate above it. We're going to place the hopper going into it. And I want a piece of redstone here. We're going to put a block here and a piece of redstone there. So it's connecting. Very nice. Very nice. So, what will happen is when a block goes into the hopper, just turn my magnet off. When it goes into here, it'll go into here, and then that will activate that, and it'll turn the hopper off, and it will hold the block. So until that's picked up, it will drop another one, like so. So now how we're going to automate this is I'm going to connect the importer to the hopper. It's going to go up to 64 items, and it will constantly run. And we want that because we're going to need a lot of mana. And then all I need to do is hook up a what do you call it? Well, a crafting card, because I want to use blocks instead of normal. But the Endo Flame is basically a furnace. It's basically a coal generator. Generates power for the price of coal. So we want the crafting card. Automate that. Boom. We're going to want acceleration cards. And 2, 3, 4. Not 1,400. There we go. And then coal. We have plenty. And I just need to do one of them. Very nice. And then I can place you in there. The crafting card. Can you not be crafting carded? No? Wait. We did it over here, right? Oh, it's an export bus. Not an import bus. Silly me, silly me. Okay, let's grab an export bus. There we go. Boom. Crafting card and 4 accelerations. And then we just do this. And that will then power this. And that. No. Fine mode. There we go. Now it's going to fill up that mana pool. And you can see it slowly filling it up there. Now let's check these are all connected to our mana spreader. They are. So when 8 of these have fell, these will all be lit up. And it will just keep on going. It's just a cycle. So I don't really need the magnet on 24/7, so that's fine. But one thing I do want to make is a demagnetizer. We want the big one. 5 blocks away. There we go. Very nice. And I'm literally just going to place that on there. So in that range, we won't pick up anything. So if I turn my magnet back on now, we're all good. So yeah. That's going nicely. That's going to fill up slowly. That can hold a lot of mana. So we're going to be here for a little bit. But now that that's done, the first things we're going to want to make is something mana infused. And I think the first thing we probably will make is mana steel. Just to show you how it works. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a piece of iron. Just like this. We're going to throw it on. And then boom, we get mana steel. Very easy. Very simple. But yeah, the first thing we actually want to make is this runic altar. This is what we need the most. Oh, they've got mana emeralds now. We need a mana diamond or a mana pearl, which, as you can probably put together, is a diamond or a ender pearl. Diamonds are cheaper for us at the moment, so we're going to do a diamond. Okay, and then we just want to make this runic altar. Very nice. Okay, so then the issue for us now becomes getting mana from here to here. I think we can use a spark. So what I'm going to show you now is a spark, which usually doesn't come until a little bit later. But we can use it now, it's fine. So this is a spark. We're going to grab 2 of them. Just like so. And this basically connects 2 mana systems together. It's okay though, we can still use this spark later. But when we get to here. Oh, it's literally the next thing, to be fair. But the next thing we want is this mana agglomeration plate. So we're going to need to get these 4, 5 things here. Which, I'm not going to lie, they're not fun to make. in any way. Right, so what we're going to do though is I'm actually going to do this the way with the paper and the runes. So we're going to do that. And we're going to start off by doing all of these. Okay. So the water rune is first. Rune of water. Oh, hello. No, how did I turn my magnet on? Okay, let's put a piece of paper in. Rune of water. Like so. And then we just do the same thing we did last time. And it's going to give us all of these. And we just swap that out. Like so. But we're going to keep everything on here this time. Rune of water is done. Now, we don't have these two automated. We also don't have sugarcane automated. And we can get that automated. So that's kind of okay. Bone meal's fine. Yeah, we're just going to have to kind of hope we don't run out of things for Swan. I've been meaning to have sugarcane automated for a while, but we have it automated? Oh, we do. Never mind. That's fine then. So Rune of Water can go in here. Cool. Yeah, Rune of Water can go in there. And then obviously if we wanted to request it, we just do this, but we need mana dust, which I believe is redstone. Yes, it is. Mana powder. So, again, we do this. It goes into here. Boom. We can do that. And then next up, what we do is we put all of these on here. Like so. That's then going to activate. We need to transfer power from this to there. And that will slowly fill that up. And then when it's ready, we click it with a rock. And then we click it with a wand of forest. Botania wand. Like this. And that creates the runes. Now, most runes are reusable anyway. So they're quite good. But what I want to do really quick is I just want to get a big backlog of dust ready. I don't know how much this is going to produce. We have a little bit of mana. Yeah, we can produce enough. Cool. So I just want to make one of these terragglomeration plates. Because as soon as we can, I'm basically going to speed run here. Once I get here, we can automate this so much easier. So we're kind of going to speed run it. I need to turn this off. Then go. Rune of Water is done. I don't need the paper anymore, so we have it kind of pre-saved. So that's done. Next up is Rune of Earth, and I'm just going to get these runes all finished and out of the way so you don't have to watch them. Okay, everybody, and that is the 5 runes all completed. And we're going to put this back onto this. I don't think we're going to need this for a minute anyway. But yeah, we did all of that. That was lovely. And obviously, if I just search up rune, they're all here. And I can pick at them whenever I want. Put them on the system. All done. So, they're all done. So, next up, we need to actually create the terraglation plate. And I think, yeah, we have enough. Oh, we barely have enough. 3 of those. Boom. Okay, I can chuck those runes away. And then I want 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need 5 living stone. And I'll show you how to make the first ritual. So, the first thing we're going to do is we want a 3x3x3 area like this. And then we're going to place the lapis on the 4 middle blocks, and then living stone in the rest of them. We can place the agglomeration plate on here, and we can put a spark on that and a spark on that, and they are now connected. The only issue is we need about half a mana pool worth of mana for this craft to be able to be done. But the best thing as well is we only need one. Because we get a terra steel from the reward as well. But we need to make this. And this takes... Where is it? The Elven Gateway takes 3 terra steel nuggets. And these take 3 each. So that's perfectly 9. Because you need 2 of those. So yeah. This is actually pretty good. And all we need is to make the terra steel. Which is actually really easy. Because you just need a mana diamond, a mana ingot, and a mana pearl. And then that's how we get the terra steel. Yeah, and terra steel is very powerful. We can do a lot with it. I'm probably just going to use it for what we have, as in like what we're going to need it for. I'm not going to make anything else extra with it, but if you wanted to, you can make armors, you can make really good tools, you could make so much stuff with it. So yeah, we're going to leave this for a while, because if we don't have enough mana, it will fail ritual. But when we're ready, we literally place it on, and then it will start the ritual. Can I pick that up, please? Thank you. So yeah, sick. So while we're waiting, I think what I'll do is we'll set up the first parts of the tier 2 the mystical agriculture, because it's going to take a minute for it to actually do that. And then also what I'm going to do as well is once this episode's finished, I'm going to leave it AFK. I'm going to make a mana battery, and we're going to leave it AFK to just build up. Because we're going to need 72 mana terra steel, and it takes 500,000 mana, which is half a mana pool. And we're going to need 72 of these to make the seed. Yeah. So it's quite expensive, it's quite long, takes a while. But we'll get there, And we'll do what we can to increase the speed of it as well. But yeah, we're going to do mystical agriculture. Alright, so what we're going to craft first is this. Right here. But I want to automate it. I'm going to automate that. Like so. And then we can request it whenever we want. So get rid of that rune. And then we're going to want at mystical here. And then all these seeds are stuff we're going to get hopefully today. Or we're going to work towards as many of them as I can. Yeah. Okay. There's quite a few. So there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18, 27, 26, 24. So there's 25 tier 2 seeds. So we're going to need 25 of these, which is, it's okay. We will survive, but we need 25 Supremium Essence as well, which is a big. So we're probably going to have to do some Wither fights again, which is okay. I'm planning on this being a little bit of a heftier episode in terms of content. But obviously, I'm not going to show everything because there's no point. So at the moment, we can do 3. But what's important to us first? Nether seeds are quite good for us right now. That it takes agglomeration. So we can do those. Automate that. There's no limit on how much we can automate, so we're just going to automate everything we can. There we go. And then we can make the nether seed. And we just need to automate this tier 2 crafting seed. And then, yeah. So nether seeds, we can do that. Replan. Start. There we go. Is it? No. Okay. Not tracking it. I don't know why. There we go. It just had a moment. It was having a moment. So that's 1 seed out of 3. What is next? Coal seeds are going to be important for us, so let's do that. Oh, that's the problem. I see. So we're crafting it, but it's trying to craft these as well. That's fine. So coal and nether we can get rid of. Plastic would be good, but I can't get plastic just yet. And we need both of them as well, I think. Okay. Yeah, so this is easy to get. The dry rub is easy to get. This plastic sheet is not so easy to get. We'd need these of some kind, and this is through Panormacraft, but I'm probably going to buy them from the shop just to make things easy. Do we do that now? No, because we're going to get into plastic eventually anyway. Okay, Grains of Infinity, no, we don't need right now. Nature Seeds, they would be good. The only thing we're missing is Pumpkin. Haven't really got access to Pumpkin at the moment. Maybe not. Rubber Seeds, Silicon Seeds. Yeah, we'll do Silicon. Okay. Silicon will be good. Okay, there we go. Then we can do hopper. Nope. We can do botany pots, and then I can do 3. Let them craft. That's 2. That's 3. And then we can do draw. We have 3 of those left. And then if we go back to mystical ag, I want to automate that. Fluids abstractions. Yep, okay. There we go. And while we're here, I'll just do it like that. Cool. So that's tier 3. Done. So that's 10. How many was that? 25. So we could do 12 and then do 2 rows. Yeah. Like this. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Then we'll just do... we need to lock them. Lock, lock, lock. Boom, put you in there. Boom, put you in there. And boom, put you in there. So then when they have now produced a flower, we can officially put them all in there. So let's do this. Like so. And we can do that one. That one. And silicon. Cool. And then with over here, what I can do is I can take silicon out of here now. Because I'd rather it go the other system. So silicon seeds, it's going to do it through this one. Very nice. And how is our mana pool doing? We're almost at the first buffer. They're not quite there yet, but we're going to get there. We're going to get there. But they're all going nicely. And we can link to all these. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. So now we have 2. And so that's 8 more we can do. There's our 4. Very nice. And then we'll do functional storage. We'll do 8 of those. Oh, we need to put 3 of them on. 3 of them on. I forgot about that. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. That one and that one. We'll let them run for a second, and then that is the next lot done. Aluminium. I say it wrong. As a Brit, I say it very wrong. It's in my head, you know, like I can't help it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably going to do these off camera. The plastic one we can work on actually. We'll do plastic now. So to get the plastic is quite easy. We're going to do the industrial foregoing plastic first. So we're going to want a latex processing unit. And we're also going to want a fluid extractor. Fluid extractor and a latex processing unit. So we want that. We're going to automate all of these. Just like so. And then again, I want to automate buckets as well. There we go. So now if I do industrial foregoing, I want 4 of these. And 1 of these. And then we can do mech. And I just want fluid. And then if I do power, I haven't actually taught my system how to make power cables yet. Let's make some more of those. And I guess I can just place it here. So we want the fluid extractors to face into one block, like so. Like this, understand? Capito? Understand. Right, and what we're going to do as well is we're going to need some sort of fluid pipe to connect all of them at some point. Okay, we're going to need another fluid pipe. And then I also want these to connect to power. What I should be able to do is this, because then I can still come in because it's hollow. Then we have the fluid extractor on the middle one. So I can still place a block there. And then we need some more fluid cables. Cool. That goes in there. And that one goes on there. Cool. So then we need to set these to full. Like so. And then I think the jungle gives us the most wood. Wait, I don't. Or either that or it doesn't have a difference. If it, they might have a difference. If it does, it's very minor. But we have enough speed now that this is not going to matter. But basically, the fluid extractors, they pull out plastic or latex from the machine. No, from the wood. So these will pull out latex from the wood, and then the wood then will slowly break, very, very slowly. And then when we have enough latex, it will create plastic. Now, because I don't want to, we're going to go to the shop and we're going to buy these plastic construction blocks if I have enough. Please tell me I have enough. I have exactly enough. And we're just going to smelt these for plastic. And I'd recommend you do the same because pneumatic craft is not a fun mod to play. So we're going to do that. And then this will take a minute as well. So this takes, I don't think it takes that much water. But again, you can hook this up to a water system as well. But yeah, when you get to a certain amount of latex, it will push this. How much did it use? It used 500. So we're going to need exactly 2 of these. As soon as that's got enough, we'll have enough. We can chuck that in there. That's 1. Yeah, we're just waiting for the second, and I think this will definitely have enough now, right? Yeah, that's way past the halfway line. So we can do that, that, and that. And that is the first ritual, and watch this just mana pool drain. I think it needs half a mana pool to ignite, but I don't know if it actually uses half, but we'll see. We'll see how much it used. Yeah, it does use about half a mana pool. That's crazy expensive, gosh. Okay. Sick. And that is our first Terrasteel. Coolio. Go to botania. Let's grab our spare. Boom, we'll chuck that in there while we're getting our latex. Cool. Latex is done. I'm going to leave that latex to run. I'm going to let it go, let it do its thing. It's just full. Yeah, I had a feeling it was. Okay, and then we're just going to get our plastic seeds. Like so. And that is plastic done. Nature, we're going to need a pumpkin for. And again, now that we can kind of get back into Botania for a little bit, we're going to do that. But I'll leave this in my inventory for now. But yeah, so next up in Botania, we're going to want to make the Elven Gateway. It's very fun, and we're going to need a lot of mana to power it. And yeah, so let's do this. Let's do the Elven Gateway. So the Gateway Core is the first thing. We're going to want Terrasteel Nuggets. We're going to need one of these. Next thing is going to be these. And we're going to grab these. There we go. So we're going to need 8 living wood, 3 glimmering living logs, and 2 nature pylons. So we're going to need 8 living wood, 3 of these. And that's the actual portal frame. And then we just need this. So let's grab 4 of you and 2 of you. There we go. Boom. Mana pylon times 2. Nature pylon times 2. And I'm going to need 2 more mana pools. And then we're going to need some sparks. There's 1. There's 2. So let me show you how to set this up. We're going to move these. So that goes there, that one there, and that one there. Okay, cool. I want these to be quite close to our system here. So we're going to do 1 here, 1, 2, 3, 1. So then we want to place these 3 blocks apart. We're going to place the pylon above it, like so. We're going to place the sparks on them as well. And then we're going to place living wood here, gateway core here. And let's grab some temporary blocks. I'll use dirt. We're going to place dirt and dirt. And then we're going to do living wood, living log, living wood. And then place dirt. Again, living wood log, living wood. And then we're going to place, if I can reach it, living wood, log, living wood. I'm pretty sure the gateway core goes on the bottom. Like I am like 80% sure the gateway core goes on the bottom. It does, yeah. Cool. But yeah, there it is again. And as long as these pylons are close, it's fine. But it's so much more compact to do it this way. And it works just the same. So I think they're in reach. Yes, they are. Thick. This doesn't hold mana either. So right now it is just constantly pushing this out and pushing the mana into these equally. But another thing I want to do is if we do Botania, we have these magical lotuses, right? I can chuck these in to get a boost in mana, like so. And to ignite the portal, we're going to need a little bit of mana to start it. I don't know how much it is. I think it's half a mana pool. But to use it, it only uses a tiny bit of mana per craft. So what is going to happen is we're going to open this portal, and we're going to throw stuff into it, and then the elves, because it's an elven portal, are going to throw stuff back. And we only want it just to get stuff like pixie dust. We're going to want elementium, stuff like that, because we want to get into, as soon as physically possible, Botania machinery, which takes an elementium, which takes throwing 2 mana steel into an elven gateway. And the first thing we'll probably make is this. And it's going to take some more terra steel as well. So we probably need to set up another one of these, if I'm going to be fully honest. It's going to be very expensive on mana for a bit. So everybody, I just wanted to give a quick little update. I don't know if it'd be time lapsed or not, but I just wanted to kind of run through what I've just done. So I've made the hunting dimension portal. It's very simple. It's just wood and an arrow. If you use oak wood, you just need to use a hunting dimension portal igniter, which is literally just an arrow. And in this dimension, it is literally just overworld, but very dark, and mobs spawn everywhere. To get skeleton hostile neural networks, like so. And then once that goes in here, I've got it put to skulls, skeleton skulls. Like so, like these. And it's so I can make the Lost City cake teleporter. What we're going to make really quick is a waystone. And I, for some reason, still haven't learned waystones. Okay, you in there, you in there, craft. So that when we can get this like so, which we're still missing one skull. So we're just waiting for this to succeed, unless it just did. Then I can craft it. No, it did not. So yeah, we're just waiting for this to succeed. Yay! Here we go. Now we'll be able to craft the lost cakes dimension. And that should come in any second. There we go. Then we can do this and this. Now we can head to this dimension. Place a waystone down. Night time at the moment. Lost cities. I have spelled that right? I think so. Yeah, I have, yeah. Okay, and this is just again kind of overworld, but mobs spawn everywhere, and it's kind of overrun with these lost ruins, right? We can get enchanting tables from here. If you haven't already, it's worth beelining it for this to get enchantment tables. We can get bookshelves, which I'm gonna do because I want to start enchantment soon. But yeah, I'm gonna raid this place. And this is, I think, the only way we'll be able to get coral. I think this is how we're meant to get coral. You can find loads. You can find furnaces. You can find ores. Underground is filled with stuff as well. But everything that you don't know how to get in a skyblock, it usually you come here. Oh, Anori crystals, mana. Yep. But yeah, you can raid these places and get a jump start in most mods as well. So worth it. And then also this is probably the hotspot for fire crystals and stuff, which again I'll probably do a raid on as well. But yeah, because fire crystals are important later, but I want to automate, so it's a bit different. But yeah, let's just open a couple chests. Skyroot sapling could be good, so we'd be able to get there at some point. Okay, that can go in there. You can swap, and then this will then go into that. We'll empty this one, activate the portal, and then we can destroy it for good. Okay, we're just waiting on one more. Is there any others that I need before I get this? No. Oh yeah, the Dreamwood. Let's get the Dreamwood before. I would have fully broke the portal. So, where's the wood? All right, chat. You ready for this? This is now empty. We can activate. It won't use up any of the mana. Apparently, it will use up some of the mana. But I can chuck this in. It'll give me Dreamwood, and I can chuck them in, and I can get Elementium. Sick. And how much mana did that use? See, that barely used any mana. Okay, so while I'm here, actually, do I want to get 4 more? Actually, I'm gonna, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let that go. Again. We should probably get another 8. Okay, now I'm gonna break this and these and these and these. Very nice. Oh, we just lost all that mana. I'm actually gonna save this mana because I'm not stupid. Okay, I did lose one, but it's okay. Put all of that in. We'll do the Alfheim portal. There we go. So now we have this. We have then got, we can do this, and I can chuck that back in there. And that'll fill up, and this will fill up when we, it should fill up because it's connected. And then I can grab this, sick, and then we can get the this like so. Get recessive. I hope this one does it. Yes, that's what we want. So now I can have this back on there, and then it will put mana into here for me. So that's already maxed out. So that's going to fill up again. Is our agglomeration plate done? That's going to fill up. That one's got a very big buffer, so that one's going to, you know, take a while. Whereas this has 100,000. I think this has 1,000,000. Yeah. Okay, chat. So I've just got the first Rune of Lust. I'm going to need 3 of them, and I've realised I'm going to do all of this bit off camera, but I want to show you how to automate the botania. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to 82. We're going to grab some smart cables, just because I like the look of them. And we're also going to grab an extended, because there's so many crafting recipes. And then we're simply, very, very simply, going to place it. Just thinking, because that we're gonna move some of it around, but just for example's sake, that's gonna go there. We're gonna pipe this onto our system. That's perfect. And then what we're gonna do is we'll go to here and we'll search Botania, and then the Elementium. So we're gonna go to here, we're gonna go to here, and then it is simply boom, like that. That comes over here. That goes over here. That should auto pull in and pull out. And then we just say we've already got 2 in the system, like so. And I want to request some Elementium. Boom. That should come through, and that boom, straight away, 5. And we can do that with, you know, every recipe in the Alfheim. That's 10. We can do that with every recipe in these, which is again 10. So we're going to need these again. Again, same with these, same with that. With that's going to need like so many of them. It's not even real. That's got so many recipes, it's not even funny. But yeah. So I'm actually quite happy with today's episode. Very, very much so. I'm enjoying this more than I am Greg Tech at the moment, because Greg Tech's a giant headache and a half. So yeah. So guys, thank you very much for watching. This has been Project Infinity 0.1, episode 6, I believe. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Go join my Discord, and if you use the word of the day, it's going to be flower. If you put flower in the comments, you'll get a free upgrade in my Discord. We hang out there sometimes. I'll probably be chilling in there now, well, when this is being recorded, just to kind of get all this done and chat with the people who are in there as well. It's a nice chill community. Please come and join us. It'd be great. And again, use the word flower to get a free upgrade. So yeah. Sound, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Go check out my Greg Tig series, or if you're this far in and you haven't seen 1 to 5, go check them out as well. Any questions, please ask me. I'm easy. Thank you guys.